morning everyone, dear students. Today I discuss about the simple regression analysis. First of all, I'd be like to know about the what is regression analysis. So, regression analysis is to determine of a statistical relationship between two or more variables. एग्जैक्ट में क्या है, रिग्रेशन एनालिसिस जो है डिटर्मिनेशन है किसी स्टैटिस्टिकल रिलेशनशिप का बिटवीन टू वेरिएबल्स के बीच में. लेकिन सिंपल रिग्रेशन है एनालिसिस वी हैव ओनली टू वेरिएबल्स. वन वेरिएबल्स इज इंडिपेंडेंट and that causes the behavior of another one that is dependent variables. So regression analysis can only interpret what exists physically. So there must be a physical way in which independent variable x can affect dependent variables y. So the basic relationship between the x and y is given by y mod is equal to a plus bx. Again I repeat, the basic relationship between the x and y is given as y mod is equal to a plus b multiplied by x, where the symbol y mod denote the estimate value of y for a given value of x. This equation is known as regression equation of y on x. It also represents the regression line of y on x. When draw a graph between the x and y line, then we got a linear slope nature, which means that each unit change in x produces a change of b in y, which is positive for direct and negative for inverse relationship. So I again repeat, y mod is equal to a plus bx. This equation is known as the regression equation of y on x, which means that each unit change in x produces a change of b in y, which is positive for direct and negative for inverse relationship. So come to the next. Then generally use this method to find the best fit that a straight line of this kind can give is the least square method. To use it efficiently, we first determine summation of sigma x square I is equal to summation of xi square minus n x bar square. Similarly, summation of sigma yi square is equal to summation of sigma yi square minus n y mod square. So on multiplication, sigma xi yi is equal to summation of sigma xi yi minus n multiplied by x bar multiplied by y bar. Then the value of b is equal to summation of sigma xi yi but a summation of sigma xi square, and the value of b is equal to y bar minus bx bar. These measures define a and b, which will be the best possible fit through the original x and y points and the value of r can then be worked out as under. So come to the value of r. R is equal to b multiplied by root over summation of sigma x I square by root over summation of sigma y I square. So thus the regression analysis is a statistical method to deal with the formulation of mathematical model deep-sitting relationship amongst variables which can be used for the purpose of prediction of the values of dependent variable gives the value of independent variable. So alternatively, for fitting a regression equation of the type y bar is equal to a plus bx to give the value of x bar and y bar variables. So we can find out the value of two constants such as a and b by using the following two normal equation. Summation of sigma yi is equal to na plus b multiplied by summation of sigma xi. So summation of sigma xi yi is equal to a multiplied by summation of sigma xi plus b multiplied by summation of sigma xi square. And then solving this equation for finding the value of a and b, one, these values are obtained and we have been put in this equation y mod is equal to a plus bx. So we say that we have fitted the regression equation of x and y or y on x to give the data. In a similar fashion, we can develop the regression equation of x and y such as y mod is equal to a plus bx, presuming y as an independent variable and x as a dependent variable. So the next topic is what is the difference between the correlation and regression. So came to the main point, difference between correlation and regression. Correlation is a symmetrical function between x and y, but in the case of regression are not symmetrical function between x and y. This is the first point. Again I repeat, correlation is a symmetrical function between x and y, but regression are not symmetrical function between x and y. The second point, correlation is independent of changes scale and origin, whereas the regression are independent of origin but not of scale. So the third point, correlation is a relative measure of relationship between x and y, whereas regression is an absolute measure of relationship between x and y. This is the major three difference between the correlation and regression. Again I repeat, in short way, correlation is a symmetrical function between x and y, but regression are not symmetrical between x and y. The second point, correlation is independent of change, scale and origin, whereas regression coefficients are independent of the origin but not of scale. The third and last difference is correlation is a relative measure of relationship between x and y, whereas regression is a absolute measure of relationship between x and y. Okay? This is the major difference between the correlation analysis and regression analysis, because in your university exam sometimes come questions up to marks, what is the difference between the regression analysis and correlation. So you can write down the answer, the three major difference between them. Okay? Any queries? Any questions? No. Thank you.